It's Kyle. I am coming at you from my car. I am waiting outside a volleyball open gym. I've been going to those with my daughter. Pardon me there. With my daughter. She's checking out different clubs, and she may want to be on a different one coming up this summer, or I guess it's fall, actually. Anyway, she's going to be doing a lot of training and getting ready and everything for freshman volleyball. So she's pretty excited about that. But she wanted to try out some different clubs and see if there's something maybe that fits her a little better. It's dude, this whole volleyball scene is something else. But I'm not going to go into all that. All right. Okay. Let me go ahead and start off. This is a normal episode. I'm going to start off with what's happened to me recently that's good. What's a good thing that's happened? What's going good? Something that has gone really good is I don't know how familiar you guys are with the company Red, R-E-D, like the color, but they make cinema cameras, digital cinema cameras, and a lot of the movies and TV shows and stuff that you see are filmed on Red cameras. Sorry, that spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes was a little spicier than I thought. My tongue is kind of on fire. But they make cinema cameras, and they're very affordable for what they are. I mean, they're not affordable for like me, but for someone that's going to shoot a film or something like that, they're very affordable as opposed to like, the Arri cameras or some of the other cameras that are out there that are high end. Anyway, about 2016, 2017, I think it was 2017 actually, they announced that they were going to make a smartphone. Everybody was making a smartphone then. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I know Amazon had one, right? The Fire Phone. And it seemed like everybody was making them then. Anyway, Red said they were going to make one. And it was going to be a little bit different in that it would have kind of this pogo pin set up on the back, just pins on the back where you could connect other things that would be compatible with it to do a lot of different things. You could actually snap it onto another Red camera, and it could be kind of a monitor, a preview monitor for that camera. Or they were going to come out with a whole extra lens and sensor kit that you could snap on the back of it to make it like a real legitimate camera itself, the phone. Anyway, they announced this thing, and the other big thing that they announced when they said it, that they were going to do this, is the fact that it could shoot this thing called 4V, as in Victor. So it's a form of three-dimensional. They call it like holographic. It's a form of three-dimensional video and photos. But it can shoot video and photos in this 4V format. And the real bummer that kind of came out of that is you could only really view them on that actual phone. Okay, so long story short, they come out with it, but they come out with it a little bit late. It took them a long time to finally release it. And, the base model, which was an aluminum body, and had 128 gigs, I believe, built in, and 6 gigs of RAM, a Snapdragon 835. Like I said, it was about 2017 or so. That one was $1,300. Very expensive. And then they made a special titanium edition, which was $1,700. Long story short, I always kind of wanted one of these, right? Because what happened when they did finally come out with it is that it flopped enormously. It failed miserably. To come out of nowhere and try and charge that much for your first smartphones is probably not the best idea. The whole shooting 3D type of thing, it has a lot of drawbacks because you can't just view it on anything. You have to view it on one of these devices. There is a thing called a LumaPad, I believe, where you can view it on there. But those are the only things you can view it on. To give you an idea what it looks like, it kind of looks like, I don't know if you've ever seen Nintendo 3DS, but when you slide that 3D deal up on the right-hand side and make it look truly three-dimensional on the top screen, it looks like that. It's kind of almost lenticular looking, like those stickers and stuff that kind of have that lenticular look to them to give them an appearance of 3D. It's kind of like that, but done really well. It's real crystal. It's not crystal clear, but it's a lot clearer than most. And you don't need glasses to view it. Special glasses. Anyway, it failed miserably. So, and then within a year, they actually shut down everything on the Red website and everything. They took everything off. They announced there's going to be no more updates released for it. So if you had one, you'd be stuck on Android 8.1, which, I'm on Android 12 now on my Samsung, so my Flip. So yeah, it was kind of a bummer because it was a pretty cool device. It just didn't work out. It's not for your average consumer, right? All right, so flash forward to now. I've kind of been looking at these for a while, and they're going for about the aluminum ones. They're going for about $350 or so on eBay. And then the titanium ones, I couldn't even find a titanium one on eBay, but I would imagine then those would go for, $500 or at least $450, right? Well, I was wrong because what happened is I had, some things set up on Facebook Marketplace and eBay and a couple other sites to alert me if one of these phones kind of came up for sale. And one did on Facebook Marketplace. And it was brand new, still in the box, never used. I mean, the protective sticker on the front and the back of the phone, in the original box, everything's still inside as far as the charger, all that jazz. And the guy only wanted $150 for it. So I was like, holy shit. So I jumped right on it and ended up talking to the guy. And it was pretty cool because he actually is a filmmaker and he lives up in Oregon. And he actually did some work for National Geographic. Looks like he's a surfer also. But his mom lives in another suburb of Kansas City. And then his father also went to film school at KU, just like I did. So it was kind of cool talking with him a little bit. And he was really happy that he was going to be able to sell this to somebody who would take care of it. The reason it was never used is because he actually originally was given two of these phones. He was given an aluminum one, and he was given this titanium one because he's a filmmaker. And Red did give a lot of those out to people at the time. So he used the aluminum one and everything, and he ended up selling that one online. And he still had this titanium one, which is exactly what I wanted. And he put it up for sale, and boom, there I was. So he actually didn't really care for Android. He's more of an iOS person, which I understand. But that's the big reason he was so willing to get rid of these. But hey, good for me. My score, right? So I have this thing now, and I'll put some pictures in the notes and everything. But I'm pretty excited to, tinker around with it and try some things with it. And it's definitely going to be better for, pictures of my kids doing things than trying to lug around my bigger camera or than trying to take pictures on this Flip, the Samsung Galaxy Flip 3. No offense, I love this phone to death, the Galaxy Flip 3, but the cameras are not good. That rear camera is just not good at all. I mean, if you zoom in at all, it's digital zoom, it just looks really janky. I can already tell you that this camera, even though it's 4 to 5 years old now, this camera on this Red Hydrogen 1 phone is definitely way better. So yeah, and the cool thing about it also is it has dual cameras on the back, like almost every camera. I mean, every phone now has, more than dual, usually 3 or 4, sometimes 5 even, cameras on the back. but it also has 2 cameras on the front. So you can actually do these 3D videos and photos and stuff with the front-facing camera of yourself. So yeah, pretty amazing. But yeah, I'll put up some pictures that I've shot and stuff in there. And I did do one 3D one, not that you'll be able to see it, of my hand holding the Red Bull can, but it came out really well. And then I did one with the forward-facing camera of just myself. And yeah, I mean, the 3D effect works great. It's just a bummer you can't really share it with anybody that doesn't have this phone. Or the LumaPad, which I think is like a tablet. I think it's like $250. It's not a bad deal for that thing. But anyway, yeah, there's something good that's happened to me, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break, and I will come back after the break, and we'll talk about some things that I'm into right now. Let me throw it over to Kyle. Hey, Kyle. All right, and we're back. Okay, what am I into right now? Well, obviously, the Red Hydrogen 1 phone. I'm definitely into that thing and tinkering with it. What have I been watching? You know, I did get a copy of Turkish Star Wars on DVD. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it actually came out in about 1980 or so. Over in Turkey, they'd seen how successful Star Wars and even The Empire Strikes Back was, and they kind of wanted to make their own version of it. But long story short, they didn't have any money, and they actually pirated footage from the original Star Wars of the Death Star run and any of the other in-flight things, and used it in their own film. They didn't have a green screen or anything, so they just projected it behind these guys sitting on chairs, so it looked like they were flying. But the funny thing is, the cuts are in there too. So it like changes angle and stuff behind them as they're supposedly flying these spaceships. But it looks really funny. I just, we haven't had a chance really to watch it yet, but we will. And it looks pretty hilarious. I'll see if I can put the trailer in the notes for you. Or actually, I'll put in this action sequence where this guy is training for these guys are training for a big fight near the end of the film. Absolutely hilarious. You'll have to check it out. What else have I been watching? You know, I'm trying to think of what else I watch. I watched something else. I cannot remember what it is. I don't know. I saw Hacks is coming back on HBO Max, and that's pretty great. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I know what I watched. On Netflix, they came out with a documentary series called Meltdown about 3 Mile Island. Man, if you haven't seen that, you should go watch it now. It is really, really good. And definitely really dig that a lot. And then I also ended up on HBO Max watching a documentary I'm almost done with, a series called McMillions, about the big monopoly scam at McDonald's, which involved the mafia. I mean, you just have to watch it. I can't even explain the scam because it's so crazy. But it's a great documentary series. So been watching those a lot. I love documentaries, so it's easy for me to just fall into those and enjoy those. And I still am watching the Cursed films on Shudder. They had one about Cannibal Holocaust. That one was really good. The background of that film, holy cow. I mean, the director of that film got arrested in Italy, so that shows you where that one's coming from. But yeah, watch that if you get a chance. That's about it on the watching front. On the music, I mean, nothing really new. Just kind of pulling some little records and listening to those occasionally. We did our own Cinco de Mayo at home, and I did play some of the Mexican brass I have, so that was kind of fun. But yeah, nothing really new outside of that as far as records go. I'm kind of waiting on the big drops coming out this summer, especially that Frank Black and the Catholics box set. What about reading? Nothing really. I haven't really read anything at all. I am listening to the audiobook. I think I told you guys about that audiobook I'm listening to. Paradise Lost, is that what it is? It's really good, man. I really, really dig that. Paradise Sky, that's what it is. About Nat Love. He's the cowboy in that Black Cowboy. Excellent. If you get a chance, good story. Read it or listen to the audiobook. Either one. Doesn't matter. And then that's about it. As far as podcasts go, I've listened to a few new ones. Again, Mr. Ballin, I just was listening to a new episode of that. It's fantastic. I did listen to a new one called Very Scary People, and it's about the Amityville murders, not the Amityville horror. It's about the Amityville murders that took place in the early 70s before these people moved in and supposedly the Amityville horror happened, right, with the haunted house. Pretty interesting. If you don't know much about that, that's a good podcast to get into. It's relatively short. I don't even remember how many episodes, 7 episodes. But it's fantastic. Give that one a listen if you get a chance. Anyway, I mean, that's really all I've got, guys. You know, like I said, a pretty short one this week. Mostly I'm just tinkering around with that new or old phone, whatever you want to call it. And I'm actually going to go in right now and get some pictures here at the end of this volleyball open gym of my daughter with it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out. I appreciate you guys listening. I will get back with you next week and have some new stuff, hopefully. And until then, get off my lawn.